The social platform Discord in 2025, they ran an experiment where users were asked to scan their faces or their government IDs. And this, of course, since it was an experiment, they obviously had some bigger plans to use with that. And now they have recently announced that they will be requiring face scanning and ID checks for users if they want to get out of the teenager appropriate experience. And this is actually it will be on by default for most users unless proven otherwise. And the way you get out of that is to either scan your face with like a video selfie where you kind of like rotate your face in the camera, or you send a picture of your ID, your license, anything of that nature to prove your age. And if you don't have to do this is not a mandate, but you will be under that teen appropriate experience, like I said, and this has a lot of restrictions when it comes to content filters. You won't be able to join any age-restricted Discord servers, and there will also be restrictions on direct messages and friend requests. So you'll have a lot of limits when it comes to what you can and can't do on the platform. And for those of you who don't exactly know what Discord is, it is the primary platform for people who play video games on consoles and PC. It was mainly started on PC and it kind of blew up there and became the go-to hub for being in a voice channel while playing a game with your friends so that you could talk to them while you're still playing. This isn't anything new because Xbox and PlayStation, they previously had voice channel and voice parties that you can join to talk with your friends while playing. But Discord has gotten so popular that both Xbox and PlayStation have now implemented Discord onto their platforms, and that has largely become the go-to for most users, even on console. But previously, there was no Face ID or age verification required, but now a lot of people are very, very upset about this. Again, it goes back to those privacy concerns, especially if you consider just 4 months ago, in October of 2025, a vendor partner for the age verification process, they actually suffered a security breach where over an estimated 70,000 users had their personal data leaked on the internet. And this includes obviously their age verification photos, as well as their names, their usernames, email addresses, their last 4 digits on their credit cards, and their IP addresses. So this is very rich coming from Discord with just, we are just 4 months removed, like I said, of a massive security breach where people had all of their personal data leaked on the internet. So it's very, very bold of them to kind of come out and say, hey, we're doing this wide scale now. Don't mind the fact that we had all of this data that we are asking of you leaked just 4 months ago. Just forget about that. Just put your ID. We won't store this information or pictures, I promise. And if you believe that, I definitely have some bridges to sell you. But according to Discord, they said the face scan won't be used to identify you as a person. It primarily uses AI to determine whether you're actually an adult, I guess by scanning any like facial features, whether you have like facial hair or like any like wrinkles to see if you're like a little bit older or just not a kid at the end of the day. And according to them, and I quote, video selfies for facial age estimation never leave users' devices, which, again, how should people be expected to believe this after such a massive leak? And, these verification processes are used by these documents with the face verification, the ID photos. These are submitted to those vendor partners, and they say, according to them, that they are deleted very quickly or in most cases immediately after. But like I said before, the leak that occurred in October happened to one of those vendor partners. So again, what reason do we have to believe that something like this won't happen again? I mean, this is very precious and personal data that's being leaked and subject to hacking, and there's already a bunch of scams going around and internet scams for targeting older individuals who aren't necessarily internet literate. So the fact that people are having all of this personal information getting leaked and have ease of access to hackers to their pictures of what they look like, their IDs, like it's very, very easy to be hacked in this way or potentially even mistaken for fraud, and people can steal your identity for identity theft. So it's very, very scary. And I really, really hope they end up changing course on this. Again, they're doing this under the guise of protecting teenagers and younger kids. But in reality, if you're being asked to submit all this personal information, which I can't stress this enough, got leaked 4 months ago, your precious and personal data got leaked. Over 70,000 identification photos were leaked across the internet. So again, just be very, very smart about this and think twice about what you're actually submitting to these people, and especially if they are taking this data and just selling it with an internet that is already trying to be hyper targeted towards an individual's wants and needs, and they pretty much know more and more about you as you give that information and just browse the internet. Because everybody has seen this. Like if you just click on a random link or if you're just shopping, you'll consistently see ads for that product or similar products no matter where you go. It's kind of embedded into every website that you go to. So, they're already kind of tracking your activity. So if they have access to your personal details, your face, like what you look like, it's just very, very scary time to be on the internet, whether it's for protection or not.